These are the Harry Potter wands from the new Wizarding World logo. Let's take a closer look. So a while back, when the first Fantastic Beasts films came out, this was the Wizarding World logo that was used. Then not so long ago, a new Wizarding World logo came out, showcasing, you guessed it, Harry Potter wands. But not just any character, it was iconic characters from the Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts franchises. Apparently, the order of the wands are symbolic, reflecting the evolution of the films, beginning with Harry Potter and then Fantastic Beasts. So when this new logo came out, me being a wand nerd, I instantly recognized the ones that were part of that collection. And I thought to myself, I actually own all of these wands. And because I love collecting things that are straight out of the film and getting to own a bit of that magic just makes it feel more real for me, I thought it might be a good idea to showcase all those wands and hopefully help those who might be looking to make a decision about getting a wand, and they can take a closer look. So moving from left to right of this new logo, the first one on the very left is of course instantly recognizable, and hopefully you will recognize it comes in this black Ollivander's box, because that's the one that I do have. And let's get that open so you can see it does come with the certificate of authenticity and this dark black ribbon, which I'm sure you can guess. That wand, of course, is Voldemort's wand. And it does actually form one of the ones that are my favorites. Now, because I can't just choose one because I'm so indecisive, but for lack of a better word, it really is quite a cool and evil looking wand. Like, look at the little hooks on the end. It looks like it's carved out of bone. Of course it wouldn't be. It would be carved out of wood. It's got these like etching parts in there and tapers to quite a fine point, and it's quite a light white one. Like, you don't get, actually can't really remember any other ones that are as light as this one. So it does really stick out amongst all the other ones. Yeah, it's a fabulously wicked one. And the way that Ralph Fiennes, who plays Voldemort, the way that he holds it, it's like between his two fingers and just like hooks on the end of his pinky. And you see like the way that he battles with it in the Order of the Phoenix in the Ministry. It's just like so cool. Yeah, I love it. It's a really just an interesting and different one compared to all the other ones. Next up is Ron's wand, and that comes in a lovely navy box. Again, Ollivander's box. I've owned this for quite some time. It does come with a certificate too, and this lovely like navy iridescent ribbon. And in there is Ron's wand. Quite a sturdy wand. And it has these kind of ripples in them. It almost feels like they've been worn through finger marks, but I don't think that he would have held it that thing, because there is like a handle actually quite similar to Harry's, which I'll compare them all together at the end of the video, but you can see it has a similar feel of a bark type handle, but not, as I would say, takes up as much of the wand as Harry's does, but still very similar. And I wonder if that's because they are, you know, this is Ron's second wand. So when he actually went to go and get, I guess, fitted for his wand, where the wand chose him, it was this wand. And I wonder if the designers for the films decided to make it similar to Harry's because of their friendship was so powerful. But yeah, very steady, very unflexible at all. It's very quite solid. But again, with all these ones, they are display only, so if mishandled they can chip and be damaged. There are other types of ones that are better for them, like the toy ones, and I do believe they have a lot of those in those forms if you wanted to do a little bit more foolish wand waving. On to the next wand is, of course, Hermione Granger's wand. And this one comes in quite a interesting olive green Ollivander's wand box. Another one that I've owned for quite some time, because of course I had to own the Golden Trio's ones. They do come with a certificate, and this time with a green and red iridescent ribbon. And there is Hermione's wand. Now, I think mine is a little bit of a different color to possibly the ones you get. Now, I've seen very different versions of them, but this is what mine looks like. And I did purchase this. It does actually have this is in 2004, because there's like a SO and then, well, a series and then the date on that. So that's when I got mine. So quite a long time ago. But I do love Hermione's wand. I think quite a favorite amongst a lot of people because of the vine-like quality on that. And it does continue round. So it goes round and round and round and round and round. With these very pretty little vine leaves on. And of course, where would they be without Hermione, who cast quite a great deal of magic with this wand. I do favour Hermione quite a lot. It's one of my favourite characters, actually. And to have her wand is a wonderful addition to my collection. And would recommend it to a lot of people. I think a lot of people do really like Hermione's wand, as do I. And of course, the next wand, the main character of the series, is of course Harry Potter's wand. And this one comes in a brown box. It does have his number on the side, as you can see there. It's a very special. And this was the first one that I ever did buy. Because of course I had to get Harry Potter's wand. I'm so excited. Got the certificate there. And this one's got more of a red and green iridescent ribbon. And there is his wand. And yeah, a fabulous wand indeed. This one I've owned for quite some time. You can almost see like the paint slightly worn off the handle of how much I've handled this. And it's very, very light wand. A very good favourite of mine. And then it has the bark that goes down, so it's almost like the two bits of wood that then taper down again to a fine point, which, because I used to wave it around a lot, I would graze walls and stuff, so I've worn off quite a lot of the paint on the end. And even with the serial number on the side here, but you can just about make out Death has actually got an O. I scratched it out with this like metal tool because I wanted to make it look more real. A lot of fond memories are brought to my mind when I have or hold Harry's wand. It's just a lot of magic and a lot of joy has been brought out of this series, and I love remembering that. When times might be tough, you can always return back to the Wizarding World to have a bit of fun. So now we come to the middle of the logo, which separates the two stories by the highly coveted Elder Wand. And this is the Elder Wand when Dumbledore owns that wand. So that's represented in Dumbledore, and this one comes in the fabulous blue Ollivander's box. Again with the certificate there, and this wonderfully bright ribbon. And there is the Elder Wand. So that's the Elder Wand that separates the two series. Everyone fighting for this very difficult to obtain or dangerous wand, would you say? Just brings death, doesn't it? Because everyone's after this wand, but it doesn't really make the person invincible because it's passed through so many people's hands, which is a very funny story. And we all wonder, how does Dumbledore get the Elder Wand off of Grindelwald? And that's hopefully what we'll find out in the Fantastic Beasts storyline. Well, I'm sure that we will. Very interesting, the way that it is created. It has this sort of tapered point on the end, and then all these little knobbly bits on there, which I've heard that they're supposed to resemble the berries on the elder tree. And then it has this like old rune section here, and again tapers to quite a point. It's very flexible, and I have dropped one of these ones before and it did chip very quickly. So again, if you're going to have any of these ones, then please do handle them with care. Now moving on to the Fantastic Beasts side of the Fantastic Beasts logo, the first one of course is Newt Scamander's. Comes in this beautiful blue box with this fancy gold on. Oh, I love it. It does have the name tags on the side as well of the boxes, which you could remove them if you wanted to have it looking more authentic, like one boxes, but I don't really want to remove one. Maybe I'll remove one eventually. Removing the box. They don't come with the certificates, these ones, but they do come, some of them do come with ribbons. And inside, let's get our Newt's Commanders one. This is one of my favorite ones. I do really adore Newt's one. I love how thin it is. I love how gnarled it is because of the etches and the bite marks and the dings that it's acquired over the time. It has this really interesting blue section of the handle, and then again quite a thin handle of the wood with this like mother of pearl section, which is like a shell and nature and how Newt is with nature. I do love that one. Yeah, fabulous. It's so thin and whippy, and all the magic that Newt is going to create with that will be very interesting to find out over the Fantastic Beasts storyline. I certainly can't wait to find out how that all transpires. Anything more from the Wizarding World, I am certainly happy with. And unfortunately, we don't know much more about what this wand is made of, what its core is. I'm hoping by the end of all the films, or maybe even by the next film, we'll know more about it, because I love wand lore. I find it so interesting. Next up is Porpentina Goldstein, or as we know her as Tina Goldstein. This one comes in a grey box with the lovely gold on, the same as Newt's box. Not sure why grey, maybe because she's so, authoritarian and looking to make her way in the world. I can't imagine if there's much thought going into the colour of the one box. This one has the ribbon too. And then here is Tina's wand, which I do actually really love quite a lot. Even though it's just like one could say it's a plain wooden wand. Like there's no fancy shiny or hookies or white or anything like that. Just quite a solid. Got a good weight to it. Does taper to quite a point. There's no sort of variations of color in that, but the paint job really is superb. It does make it look like it is wood, but these are all of the woods all the ones are made out of resin. They're really cool. An aura wand. What she'll be getting up to, we'll have to wait and find out, because again, we don't know anything about this wand. What's the wood? What's the core? These would be American ones, so these will be made by American wand creators, which again you can find out more about those on wizardingworld.com and the writing. So who could this wand be from? Last of the Fantastic Beasts wand is Queenie's wand, and this one comes in quite a bright green box, but again with the lovely gold on the front. It does come with a name tag on the side, and removing that box out there, and to get that out there, so we got the quite beautiful wand really of Queenie. I love the shell and I love the paint job on it. They've done a really good job. It really does look like a shell, and very quite delicate parts of this. I mean, I would think this is a shell the way that it's coloured, and it has this wonderful Art Deco colouring section of that, to then this very, very dark portion of the wand. Could be ebony. Again, we don't know what this wand is made out of or what the core would be, but it would be an American one, so the core and the woods would be one that is favoured by those American wand makers. I wonder what it could be. But yeah, a beautiful wand, and we've seen her make food and lots of magic with that, so that's really a really pretty wand for a very pretty and lovable character, which I can't wait to learn more about Queenie and what is in store for her. But yeah, we have to again wait and find out about that one. And then finally, the reason I say not Fantastic Beasts one anymore, because this wand was already available from the Harry Potter series ones, and this is of course Grindelwald's original wand. This one I bought from Noble Collection, again in quite a bright green box really, but one of the most interesting ones that you'll ever see. I'm almost sad. I really hope that we get to see his wand, or younger Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts storyline, because The shame that we don't get to see this wand in action. It does come with a name clip, and it's more of a foam box. But how interesting is this wood? It basically is like a bit of dried bark. I have absolutely no idea how they made this and how it's still together. I would say probably one of the most delicate ones. And it has these cool and red looking and evil looking thorns on them. It's like, yeah, I don't know, already grow great in your pocket, but I guess would he put it in his pocket? Perhaps like a wizard pocket that would be easy to fit in there. But yeah, how cool is that? We do actually see this in the Harry Potter storyline in one of the pictures where I think it could be in Godric's Hollow or possibly in the Life and Lives of Albus Dumbledore. There's a picture of Grindelwald. I think he has his like, he's like that, and you see the wand, and that's the only time we see this wand. But yeah, so cool. It's so unique. I think the villain ones are some of the most interesting ones you get as part of this. So if you haven't got this one, gosh, I've got to say it's great. And we don't know, again, more funny that this is from even the Harry Potter series, but we don't know what wood this is, what core, you know, even what core could fit in this wand. Maybe it's spoilers for the future. Where does this wand even still exist? Do you think that Grindelwald will have kept the wand? Because he went to Durmstrang, this wouldn't be an Ollivander's wand, so it may not have an Ollivander's core or wood type. Like, what would it be? It's so curious. I really hope we learn more about those, like German and all the Durmstrang ones, really. Okay, so choosing a favorite from all those ones is going to be really tough. Maybe I'll go with the most unique. And I've got to say, it must be the villains ones. I mean, how cool is Grindelwald's original wand and Voldemort's original wand? The most unique, the most different and evil looking, like with their points and like how this one is basically like dried bark, and this one almost looks like it's made out of a bone. And how white it is. So interesting. Really, really love these both very, very much. So I would say that these are the most interesting and noteworthy ones, and they form basically the bottom parts of that book logo. So there we are. Those are the Harry Potter wands from the Wizarding World logo. I really hope you've enjoyed learning about all that history of the wands. I found it super fascinating. And let me know in the comment section below, have you actually taken the wand quiz on wizardingworld.com? And tell me down below, what is your wand wood and core? Mine is actually cherry wood with unicorn hair. I love that. I think that's really cool. I really like that combination and learning about me and my magic. But definitely a lot. Let me know down below. I'm really interested to hear. If you have enjoyed this video, then please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that each and every week when there's a new video, you'll be notified. Be sure to give this video a like. And with that, remember that Wizarding World is just one spell away.